Are we live?
Yep, we are live.
Okay. Welcome to the channel of Chantel, All Shades of Chantel and Biba T.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us on today's live. Today we are doing a different style of movie. We're doing a different genre.
Yep.
This movie, the messaging in this movie is so impactful. I want you guys to like really hone in on it. It's quite different. It's called One of Them Days by Kiki Palmer and SZA. Those are the two main actresses in the movie,
Yeah.
and it was produced by Issa Rae. And I really love the message behind this movie. What can you say, Chantel, to this movie?
Well, disclaimer, guys. First time I watched this movie, I was like, it's just ghetto. I was like, this movie is ghetto. Like, there's
Is
just so many things going on in the movie. It wasn't like Steel. It was too much drama, like back to back.
right, right.
Yes. And
Yes,
then
yes, that's actually true. Yes,
yeah. And then also some of the things that you see in this movie, sometimes you see some, I mean, not nudity, but you see some like,
yeah, it's rated R. So
yeah. And
you
then,
always just have that in your mind.
yeah, just know that, but yeah, just have that in your mind. And then also like the cursing, sometimes, if you're not
Mhm.
used to the American lingo with that, that's
It's
something else yeah. So just, but aside from that, like, there's also so many things I picked up from this movie, especially in being in the finance field right now. Like, there's so many things that I feel like people that are in the diaspora, you need to definitely know
Mhm.
about, that we'll talk about as we go on. You know.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's so
definitely.
so crucial. Let's
Yeah.
start off. First of all, this is SZA's first time acting,
Yes.
and I could tell.
You could tell. I think she did a great job. I think she was natural for me.
To me, I was like, I could see where you could use a little more work.
Well, maybe, but for
Maybe,
me, I felt like she was in her like she was. I could almost feel like that was her. I feel
yeah,
like she was showing who she really was, like in reality.
I actually did get that. You're right with that. I got that.
Yeah,
SZA was for me. She could use a little work, but I liked her performance in it. I just
yeah,
could see the places where she might need a little tweaking. Um,
yeah,
so story follows two. I think they're in their 30s, right? Two women that are living together.
yeah,
They're roommates. They're in their 30s, and the premise behind it is they're working class girls who are one is an artist, one is
a waitress
she's a waitress. Yes,
trying to be a manager.
yes, exactly. So she's very ambitious, and she went to business school and everything, and she's trying to like get out of her situation.
Yes, the
Meanwhile, the other,
hustle.
yeah, she's trying to hustle out of her situation.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, the other artist is a little flighty. She's a little, whimsical. She's just like la 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 la, and that's SZA. I feel like that is SZA to a T.
Yes, in real life, I think that's it.
That is SZA to a T. So Kiki Palmer plays the roommate who's ambitious. She's goal driven, goal oriented, and to me, Kiki embodies most Black women in America right now. Like
Yes,
s- Kiki just knows how to tap into that. So she's
into
at
that.
work and she's trying to be a manager. And there's an incident at work, and you know when you're on shifts. If you, I mean, Chantel, you know
Yes.
when you're on shifts, and you're just like, what more could happen to
What
make
more? Like, I want to clock out like real fast. Like, this day needs to go faster. Like, I know. I've been there many times.
so many times? And I think the ice machine broke, and this is her employee
Ooh,
going going through it. Like this guy,
listen.
he wouldn't listen to her first of all when she told him, like, I don't think that's how you fix it. But here
Exactly.
he is trying to fix exactly what it is that she's telling him not to. Men, of course. So
The pressure from that stuff throws him all the way to the wall. He hits the wall and makes, oh my, that dent was crazy.
that dent was crazy in the wall. You
Yeah,
already know that's workers' comp right there.
yeah.
Like
He needs to go get some medication or something, get chiropractor or something, check him out.
going to be out for a few months, not even weeks. He's gonna be
Yeah.
out. So Kiki is just struggling at work, and here she is waiting for her friend. Nope. That's not her waiting for a friend. She's here waiting for her friend to come pick her up
Yes.
because I think they share a car, right?
Yes, so they share a car. Oh my god, that car was a mess.
That car is a
That car
hoopty.
was, that car reminded me of my car when I first moved to the US. Like that is
Me
a
too.
hustle and bustle car. Like
Oh, that guy is on his last leg. This guy said,
no, for real.
set me free. I want to go home to glory. This
Jesus.
guy is on his last legs.
Last leg.
SZA is late to picking up Keke from work. But little does SZA know that Keke is actually she actually gave her the wrong time. You know those friends that you have to give a different time so you guys can both be on time.
Yes.
Why do we do that? Why do people do that?
Well, I mean, you know your friends, right? You know your friends. Like I know my friends. I know who not to tell the right time to because I'm not trying to have you make me go late. Mm,
Exactly. I don't like
no.
being oh, I don't like it.
Mm-mm.
So anyway, long story short, is now they take us to their living situation, and in their living situation, they live together, but their house is full. Like their house is there's no space. You
No
know all those
space.
houses that are cluttered
Yes.
in an organized way. That is what their house is. And Kiki, she's living with Caesar, and Caesar has her boyfriend. This guy. First
Oh
of all,
my.
take a look at
The
the house.
son pissed the he pissed everything in me off. Everything in me was pissed off. It's like it's one thing for you to be crashing at someone's place and then crashing with pride.
Oh yes,
It's two
crashing with
different things. Like pick your struggle. Like choose one. You can't be prideful and be broke. It's like
God. He was very proud though. He said, "We are all living here together," and he doesn't pay rent. He doesn't
nothing.
contribute towards the bills. His job is just to make sure Caesar is sexually satisfied, and we show how he does that in the movie. They show how he does that. But I'm just like, do you know there are a lot of women in that situation, especially in our mid early 30s, late 20s. Like they're just happy with the guy just being around, just to say that they have a man around. Why
Just to
is it
see
that
a
we
man. What is that? Is that a man?
is that
See,
man?
ladies, hear me now. We are looking for odogus.
Odogu
Odogus. If he's not giving an odogu, we don't want him. We don't
don't.
want him.
We don't want it.
How can you go to work and spend 12 hours and come back home to deal with someone that's just gonna come and lay down on your couch the whole time?
Comfortably. And
Comfortably.
he's
He's not
walking
cleaning, he's not
around
making you breakfast, you know? And you know what? Oh, okay. Should we tell her about like when he took the when he took off?
oh, so he's wearing Kiki's robe, and Kiki is like, "Why are you wearing my robe?" And then he takes off the robe and gives it to Kiki to Caesar. Caesar collects it, and then she's like, she looks down and she's like, "Dang,
I understand now.
that's why." Oh boy is packing. He is packing. But she doesn't like for some women that's just enough. And it's
That's
like
just enough, And but that should not be enough, especially for black women. That should not be enough. Just because of a guy is,
well
okay,
endowed.
well endowed. That's there's more to life than that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but Caesar don't care. Caesar is happy to have him in
She
her
does not care.
because
But
she's
let me tell you something, babe. Like Kiki is a what I couldn't even figure out what their names were like in the movie per se. Like Drew, okay. So
oh
Kiki's
Drew,
name
yeah,
in the movie is Drew, but I couldn't figure out what
was-
yes, Caesar's name was, But Drew, that's Kiki in the movie, like she's a good friend. Because
she
he
is.
can never be me, like sis. He can never be me.
So if me and you are living together and I'm bringing one well endowed brother,
I see. He better be packing somebody. He better be packing
this is really endowed
somebody.
because
Yes. But it's a different thing when your guy comes to visit you and he then, he comes and spends the night or whatever. But for him to carry himself and come and now say it's our house.
all three of us live
No,
here.
now, uncle, you parents.
You have to
You
contribute
have to
something.
parent, you have to contribute
And there are a
something.
lot of women that are very comfortable with like having a man around in that way. Just keep me company, I'll take care of everything. Mm.
Hey.
No judgment, but judgment. Oh,
In
eh.
soft life with me cannot agree.
Mm,
We cannot agree.
bring something. Sorry.
No, you have to be something, you know. Mm-mm.
And so Drew, that's before she. Oh, we didn't mention that before she gets to the house, she meets this guy at like
Yes.
their local. Will I say bodega?
This movie was so ghetto, like
So
serious. It
he just
was
looked at
so
every
ghetto.
single point. Like she wanted to highlight the LA lifestyle because Los
Yes,
Angeles is expensive.
it
Like
is.
so expensive to just you need a roommate. If you don't even have one roommate, you might need two. Who knows? But they are just like really touching on what the struggle is like. And
Is it back there? Yes.
the story was beautiful. And she meets this guy at the bodega, and this guy's fine. Sorry. This guy, let's see goodness.
Let's
And
say it with our full chest to see. You know, and the thing is that at first when I first watched this scene, I didn't really see it here in this scene. I didn't
yeah,
really see. There's a scene that will show you guys where like it really, we did see it. But in this scene, he was like a regular, every other regular dude to me. This scene, I didn't really. I guess it's the do rag that made me not see
no,
it.
it's the girl that made me seize. I was like,
Oh, for real? Did you?
He was
For
not
real.
really speak. She was just like, the lady at the
Like,
bodega.
see, she was doing too much.
She
Like, get
told me,
yourself together.
the lady at the bodega was like, I thought you were having a heart attack, a stroke. Yeah. Kiki was just felt so bad. So let's skip to the part where, they have their own like little dynamics in their community. So in the housing area, they've established some kind of community. She even has where she does her hair. I don't know if this is the
Yes.
this guy did not do her hair.
Ghetto. Ghetto.
Kiki took off her scarf and the
Wow.
top of her head was undone. I was like,
I
this
was
girl
like,
did not just. She said, "You did not finish my hair."
he was like, you better walk away now. I'm gonna tell Uche you broke the intercom.
Oh yeah, so that's where we're kind of introduced to Uche as well. I
Yes.
also wanted to touch on this guy because this is somebody now who is trying to take his business seriously because he said something. He said, "You didn't confirm on my booking site." Because
That's
now they've been doing things, one.
yes, neighbor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, neighbor, let me go to my neighbor's house and just do
Yes.
my hair. But no, now he's trying to be serious. And he said she booked on the booking, the girl in his chair. He was like,
Hmm.
she booked on her on my booking site and she confirmed
Yes.
the appointment. And I was
Hmm.
like, wow, like look at how they're just putting like little touches of it here and there. So fast forward
That's
to
that's something to look out to, guys. Especially if you're having a business. Like sometimes, if you don't set boundaries, people would tend to
yeah,
abuse, and they would always want to test how far they can go.
far they can go.
So
And
set boundaries, guys.
on business, even though her hair was exposed, he set boundaries and he stood on his business.
He's still
And
there. I wish
um,
he didn't start the hair though.
I wish
Yes.
that's so dirty, so
Yeah.
dirty. So fast forward to now, they're back in the house, the living quarters, and Kiki is asking like, what happened to where after she had confronted the third roommate
Mm.
house, she goes and then she's like, oh, I just worked a night shift, I can finally sleep. Next thing you know, they are pounding on the door.
On
Boom,
door.
boom, boom. I was like, is that the police? Then afterwards, she opens the door and she realizes that it's Uche, the landlord. And it's
Now
like,
Uche is Nigerian, guys. In the movie, obviously, you can tell from the name.
okay, what do you think of that accent?
I think he wasn't bad. I think for me, I think he was good actually, if I'm being honest. He gave me the mannerisms of a true Nigerian person.
Yeah, but then I could tell he wasn't Nigerian. Oh, mistake. I mean, I might be
You think
wrong.
he's not Nigerian?
It didn't really give Nigerian. It felt exaggerated. Let me say that. At six
Mm.
of the clock. We don't say that. Who says at 6 of the clock? We say 6 o'clock.
Oh, did he say that at 6 o'clock?
At six
Oh
of the clock.
no, no, no.
That we
No,
don't talk
that's
like.
not us, no.
And that's
Mm-mm.
one thing I want. African Americans, like just hire a Nigerian.
Exactly, or hire a Nigerian coach, just like
Yeah,
the same way you guys hire a British coach or American coach to teach the accents. Hire an Nigerian to teach the accents or the
yeah.
slangs even, because
So
you
what?
don't want us. Because when we watch these things, trust me, we know every single, even the smallest of a Nigerian knows every slang. So when we watch stuff like this, trust me, it makes us feel like you don't respect
Yes, as
us
it
enough,
feels like
to do the work.
6 of the clock.
6 of the clock, I didn't get that. Trust me, I'd have been pissed off if I had heard
Yeah.
that. I
Wow.
didn't hear that. Trust me, I did not. Mm-mm.
So now Uche is at the door and he's asking her for rent. So she's like, "What rent?" She's like, "I already paid rent." She said, "I gave it to um my roommate. My roommate said
Mm,
she paid it." So she's like, "Okay, let me figure out what happened." He said, "You have till 6 o'clock today. If not, you're out."
yes.
Like, "Yeesh." That's not a good position to be in. And I think let's talk about eviction in America and
Okay.
the process. First of all, I don't think Uche can just do that because their process is to evicting. You have to get a pink slip, then you have some final notice, and you have to appear in
Yes.
court and do all of that. Like Uche just jumped. Um,
Yes.
that kind
But
of I've seen it in Nigeria. Oh.
yes. But the only reason why I feel like he did that was because of he was in the ghetto. That
Mm,
was why he could do that. You know,
okay.
because let's be real, in the ghetto the rules are different for them in the ghetto. Like, because many times it's just like in the ghetto everywhere, anywhere in the world. There's no rules. There's no rules. It's like a jungle. Even the place was called the jungle. Funny enough.
Right.
So there are no rules, so people just do things that they want to do just because of they feel like they can get away with it. So I don't want us to jump. I would have said something now, but I don't want us to even jump like the different scenes. But if you could tell, the things that Uche did, the things that they did in that house, or in the apartments in that complex. But
Yes.
in a regular apartment, they couldn't do it. The woman
Yes.
that was selling food stuff on the regular apartment, she can't do it.
But
So
that's what I was saying. Like there was a bodega in the community. Go ahead. Sorry.
yes. So if he's going to allow you to do stuff like that, trust me, he can tell you to also leave his house, and you won't want to say anything because he's letting you. So
Um,
he's like closing one eyes, opening one eyes is.
can you imagine?
You get, yeah. So that was why they knew. So she made a statement to him like, "Oh, but Uche, you can't do that to us." She didn't push it because she knew that this is the ghetto. There's no rules in the ghetto.
As so the
No
clock.
rules. It's wrong, but it's the reality of what it is.
Yeah. So now
It's
she's
wrong.
found out
It
that
shouldn't
she
be.
hasn't her rent hasn't been paid for the month. And if you live here, that's a very scary feeling. It's not like having it in Nigeria to where you can, beg. Let me just give me till next month. I will pay it. I've even heard in situations where people are in their houses, they've not paid rent up to a year. I say, how?
Yes, I've had a friend that his dad was renting, was a landlord, and in Nigeria, and they didn't pay the tenants didn't pay rent for 6 months to a year. Yes, yes,
How? You
I
can't do that
know,
here. You
I
can't.
know. But you know why? Because you know why they can get away with things like that. Because of the credit system is not real in Nigeria. But we don't really have a credit system, so there's nothing to ding you for. You
Mm,
get, like, here in the US, for example, if you're even late on your rent, it's going to affect your credit score,
mm-hmm,
right? Now imagine you even getting evicted. That's going
mm-hmm.
to affect your credit history for a long time, because you're
7.
you're like a red flag to potential landlords.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
would need to take some time for you to erase that from your history. So sometimes rules are very important to have. Like when you have regulations, it sets some boundaries to what is allowed and what is not allowed.
mm.
Yeah.
So my girl has figured out that rent hasn't been paid. So she's now, going back to her roommate and she's like, I gave you the rent. Where
Yeah.
with it? She said, I gave it to Kishon. Meanwhile, Kishon has already packed his bag and he's dipping. As they're arguing, he has already packed a
He already
bag.
heard what they said, so he was out.
I'm out of here. And he dips. And they're like, you gave him our rent? This man has collected their rent and he did not pay the rent. That's somebody that was freeloading, right? So now they are frantic. They are thinking what next to do, what next to do. So they go downstairs and they see, like, oh, she heard through the grapevines that a new tenant was coming. And sure enough, it was a white tenant that was coming into their mostly black community.
Community, and everybody was like, shocked, and
Right?
like,
So they're like, oh, now the gentrification begins, right?
yes,
So the white tenant comes and she walks up to them, and Uche has pulled out all the stops. He has even made cookies, giving the
make cookies.
It's like then the dog takes a poop in the garden or near the bush, and he's like, "Oh, perfect, just
That's
wonderful."
fine. That's cute.
Like, it was any of the other black tenants, you have a fit. Why is it that now you've seen a white tenant, you are now kissing their butt? So
Let's break that down a little
okay,
bit before we discuss it. You know, that scene really triggered me because it's a reality that we see a lot of times in the diaspora, and we see it shows the effect of slavery over time. It's like, even though yes, we are free from our slave masters, mentally it's like we're still in prison,
yeah,
because many times people would see a white person and accord that to meaning they are higher than you or they are more intelligible than you, when in reality they are not. You know, many times you will see a white person come into a space and they may be the ones that are even more dangerous, or are
mm,
even serial killers, but you wouldn't believe, you would, if you had to pick between a black person and a white person who was the one that did the crime, your first instinct would be the black person.
right, of course,
Let's be real. Whenever you hear that something happened, maybe a killing or a murder, what's the first question you ask? Was he a white person? No, was he a black? Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. You
be
know?
like, where were they from? I say, where did they from? Just to soften.
Yes.
But I know what
But
I really mean.
the sigh of relief when I hear that it wasn't a black person,
Was
I
it?
can't even lie. You
Which
know, because we've had that pushed, into the
yeah,
media for so long.
yeah,
Meanwhile, that's not really what it is. So this scene kind of showed, because okay, tell me, if you even watch in the beginning scene when Kiki had come back home, there was a big hole in the ceiling.
yes. There was a big hole in the ceiling,
So
and she's
like,
about.
exactly. So if you have enough money to go and remodel a whole apartment, and even, because trust me, a white person will not come into an apartment that has a big hole. They will leave
Yeah,
a bad review for you on Zillow, on any on any app.
with
So for you
equipment.
to have had the money to sponsor that, have it fixed and stuff, means you have enough money to fix what is in the other apartments. But he did not. You know,
Because I think that there's a lot of self hate that goes into that. We
there
just don't think
is,
we're deserving.
there
This is
is
the same neighborhood, same ghetto,
same ghetto.
everything,
Yes,
but somehow money is being allocated to what
to
is
one side.
better. And
Yes,
for me, yes, you're right. That actually did trigger me as well because I'm like, at what point do we just get a break? Ugh,
yes. At one point,
I feel like we just need to take a deep breath, all of
I
us.
know.
We're not helping ourselves.
Yeah.
Because like at what point you're fighting this one, you're now even
It's
fighting.
like you're just fighting everybody. Like, and the worst fight to have is the fight against your own self.
Yes.
Like, I can deal with a white person not liking me or hating on me, but someone with my skin color, like, that hurts different.
Hurts it.
Because it's the same blood that it flows through our veins, whether we want to be in any part of the world or call ourselves whatever name we want to call ourselves. As far as this color is on your skin, you're my brother, you're my sister.
That's how
So
you see it though. But
yeah,
they don't. So yeah. Something to think about. So this lady comes in and she's talking and she's like, "Hi, I'm so and so." And you know how she just La di 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 da. And
Acting so oblivious to where they are. Like you look around you, like this is the ghetto.
or something. So she's walking around and she's introducing herself to the people. And um after she introduced herself, she walks over to the girls and she's like, "Oh, we should hang out. We should like create like a sleepover or
Girls'
something."
night, yeah.
Yeah, girls' night. And she's like, okay, we'll see. Welcome to the neighborhood. They go on and they start talking, trying to figure out like how they can hack Keon's phone. A bit Keonte. What do you mean?
No, Kishan. Kishan.
Keyshawn's, like, how can they hack Keyshawn's phone? Because they've been trying to call him, but he dipped and he left his second phone and everything. So
Yes.
the hairdresser helps them out with that, and they're able to track Keyshawn down.
Master
So
of all
that guy, he does hair, he has the gist, he has all the scoop.
everything.
So they now hack the phone and realize that he's at another girl's house. Hey God. That
Man,
he's
man.
that he's at another girl's house. Sorry, hold on one second. That he's at another girl's house and that's now where he's at. So she was not even like recalling what Keyshawn, no, the hairdresser told her about the guy and this new girl. So she's
Yes.
like, I can't believe he did that to me. We've been together for what, 6 months, whatever, whatever, whatever. And now he's with this other girl. So they try and track that other girl down. So Kiki walks up to her apartment in the hallway. They're all smoking weed. And it's just a ghetto ass mess, girl. Let me know that.
The whole movie was ghetto, like it just was. I was like, what's going on here? Like, please.
The ghetto ass mess. So they were smoking weed and everything. And then she gets up the stairs. She's talking to the girl at her door. And she's trying to distract her while SZA sneaks in through the window. And
Yeah.
guess who's laying on the bed sleeping? Keyshawn.
Kishan.
So she approaches Keyshawn and she tries to take his wallet to get the money out, thinking that the money will be there or there. Why would you think that the guy has already spent the money? She opens his wallet, it's not there, and then she
Isa
leaves.
pissed me off this movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, she was just like, I was
She
like,
was
see.
she was really the flighty artist, like la 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 la.
Yes, like,
That's literally what she was. It was so annoying. And she opens the wallet, there's no money in there. So next thing you know, she wakes him up. He wakes up and he sees her, and then he's trying to explain, "Oh baby, it's not what you think." What do you mean it's not what I think? You're doing in another woman's bed. And she was like hitting him and like trying to get him. It's like, "Where's our rent money? I gave you rent." He was like, "Oh listen, I took the money and I started a business for us, baby, for
and she was
us."
almost listening to him. That's even the one that pissed me off. It's like you know. Sure, do we even talk about like whose house they were in? That
They
was
were,
like the ghetto bully.
yes, of the whole
Whole
neighborhood.
of the whole like men were scared of her. Like that. That's how bad she is. Like or she was. Like the whole neighborhood was scared of this lady, and you were in her room. Talking of like you should be thinking about how to get out of that place like this
Quick, you're
quick.
listening. Oh, she was listening to him. Oh, she was trying to. I don't know what she was trying to
She
do.
pissed me off.
So next thing you know,
She pissed me off.
distraction, the decoy didn't work, and then the bully comes into the room and she sees the two of them. It's like, oh, that's what you're trying to do, and everything. So I don't know. They broke the glass of the pet snake.
Yeah, they escaped. Yeah.
They escaped. They managed to escape, and there was a pet snake running around, and everybody was like frantic. So they were chasing them out of the house. This part made me laugh. I watched it like 5 different times. Chasing them out of the house, and then she gets into the street, and she got
Yes.
slammed by the door, and everybody started laughing. So now you've embarrassed
Laughing.
the bully. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that. Bullies
Okay.
don't like to be embarrassed. They don't.
Nobody.
They don't like public shame, public
Mm-mm.
they don't like none of it. They want to be cool, tough, bad. Like
He's giving. You can dish, but you can't take.
you can't take exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
she was very upset and she's like, I'm gonna get them. So
And
they
that was what fueled her. She was like, okay, I'm
yeah,
gonna find you.
that's what willed her. And
Yeah.
eventually, they're trying to figure out, okay, so Caesar has to tell Kiki that. Drew that the money is gone. Keyshawn doesn't have the rent money. So now 1,500. I think it was $1,500.
Yeah, about 1500. Yeah,
So she don't have the $1,500 anymore, and I mean now they have to figure out what they're gonna do about rent, because rent is due by 6 o'clock. So
exactly.
they go to. This was the part that actually broke my heart.
Okay.
I think the first scene was where they went to the payday loan.
Yes.
Yes, they were like, let's go to the payday loan place. And outside the payday loan is, let's
Cat
see,
Williams.
love that guy.
Yeah.
He's trying to discourage them. I think this is it.
He's like, don't do it.
Like,
Don't
he's
do
like,
it.
don't do it. Don't do it. No, those are the shoes. Oh, gosh. I don't see it here. But anyway, the payday
It's there. It's I think it's before all these other pictures. Yeah,
oh,
right there.
the payday loan guy. So
Yeah.
Williams is outside the payday loan shop and he's telling them, don't do it, don't do it, don't
Once
do
you
it.
get in, you can't get out.
Get in, you can't
You
get out.
can't get out.
This speaks to America so much. Ah, they
We
will
need to talk about
trap
this.
you. Oh
Yes.
my god. They're like this, you know when you're playing with a rat and you just put something here and say, hey, you block here, you block here, you've caged it.
You've
I'm like,
caged them.
Jesus. So it was like, don't do it, don't go inside. They go inside anyway. They're like, this guy is crazy, we're not listening to him. So they try to get a loan. They
This
tried
was
to get the loan.
like
So they're talking to the guy, the girl at the front desk, or the girl at the desk, and she's rude off the bat already.
good.
And they're like, "What is wrong with her? We hear you." So they sit down where they're talking, and they're like, "SZA is the one trying to get the loan in her name. SZA can't get it." So they now
Yes.
Keke, aka Drew, in the movie. And they turn to Drew and they try to pull up her credit history, say, okay, what's your social? Put everything in. The lady just starts laughing.
Just starts laughing. Starts laughing. Like I'm like, what's funny? Because like I've never seen a credit score this low before. I think it was 122. I've never honestly like that credit score was low. Like let's be honest, that credit score was really low. I was like, what's going on, sis? Like what have you doing with your life? For real.
Oh my God. She's like,
But what pissed me off was the lady. She said when before Kiki had given her her SSN, she was like, see, just tell me whatever your score is, whatever
work
your SSN
you.
is, you get approved. So when she saw her score, she was out laughing like, like obviously you're not gonna get any. Oh gosh, that was funny.
Laughter was so wicked. She was
God.
like, you guys are too old. You are too old for this. I'm
Oh,
like, golly, they're just
just
it's
punching them in, like pushing it in the pain inside very well.
oh my god. So so, right.
I know that scene is very funny. Oh
So
my gosh.
after that, she's now like, okay, we want to get it together. She's like, oh, the wonderful couple, you guys are together. America will stress you.
It's how they
So,
were willing to be anything just to get that money. Like,
yeah.
you
So from
know.
there, they went to the blood bank to try and donate blood. That
Wait,
got me.
before we go to the blood bank story, let's just make sure we stress on things, guys. Especially if you're in the diaspora in the US, UK, please, you see payday loans, those
Um,
people are dangerous, those are sharks.
they're sharks.
See, if almost everybody that has been in some struggle at some point in your life where you've had to need help and everything, but if you have to, just arrange your mind
That you will
that
pay
you
that
have to pay it
back
as soon as possible.
fast and in a
But
hurry.
advice, don't even go. Don't go to. I would see. I rather you go and get a credit card than go to a payday loan
Oh
office and
my
collect money.
god.
So
Now they
guys,
don't
be
even
very careful.
they don't even have offices nowadays. Oh.
It's
It's online.
online now, right? It's
It's
online,
online.
yes. Yes, it's online.
So
And
they
trust me, you can collect like $100, and if you're late in paying that money back, they may end up collecting like 150 from you, like every day. That's how bad their interest rates are, for real.
because she looked at the interest said, okay, so what's the interest rate? It was
Can you
1,900.55.
imagine?
And it's like,
Like,
oh dang, I thought that was the year of establishment.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
And they have faces on the wall of people
god.
that are owing.
Oh
So
my
like
god.
once you're owing like for a long time, they just put the person's face on the wall. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, guys. That's really crazy.
So now the payday loan didn't work. So now they have to go and give,
Mm.
they're in the blood bank. They're trying to give blood. Kiki is the one and I don't know why did Caesar give blood?
Exactly. Exactly. See what I'm trying to say? Caesar pissed me off this movie because you're the one that put us in this mess.
Yeah.
He was just so giving. She was just so
She was
giving. Like
very
she's just that friend that
our
I'm
first daughter friend.
honestly because because why are you the one giving blood when the person that put you all in that mess is there?
Is there. You should be giving together. Share it
You
to
should
double.
exactly two of you should be sitting down giving together at the same time.
Exactly.
It's like the
So
whole time what's her name was just sitting down there and letting the
Kiki.
kids deal with everything.
Yeah,
That
Kiki
was so
was.
crazy. That pissed me off so
Yeah.
much.
Because I was just like, what kind of friend is that? So Kiki
Yes.
was giving the blood, though. She was sitting in the chair giving the blood. And since I went to go and take a nap, she couldn't even stay there with her while she was giving the blood. She went to go and take a nap. She came back. Kiki had continued to give blood. She gave like 4 pints of blood.
She was white.
And she was white when she
I think we have a picture of that. I think we have it. She was white, like just ghost white, like literally. She had everything in her body has come out.
she
And
was
the nurse was so this movie was also ghetto. The
so
nurse that took out the blood she was a stripper. It was
she
her
was
first time
that was
doing
her
this.
first day.
And you know she plays the nurse plays in
Principal
Abbott Elementary. Yeah, I
element.
love her. She's the principal there too. You know.
Oh
I
my
was like, and then you tell she was like, can I get if I give more blood, will I get more money? She was like, do
god.
it, do it. You know. I was like, nah. But
That's
then
just
Caesar comes in when she's giving like the last one, and okay, yes, you've come into the place. Your friend is white. What do? Simply tell the nurse, okay, enough. Can you take off the syringe, right? She goes
mm,
and drags out the syringe from her friend's arm. Like who does that?
this movie
You
she was
know,
really I was
she
like, if
dragged
I were
out the syringe from her friend's arm.
when I come out of this situation, I'm putting your arm's length
For
because
real.
you don't
You're not
Otia
okay. You need help. As if
Otia
that's
with
not even bad enough, she starts to hand. There's blood everywhere.
mm,
In the process, all the blood that Kiki has been slaving for falls to the floor or to the ground, and she steps on it, and then it's now covered everywhere on all the other clients, all the other patients' faces. It was a mess.
oh my god. As if
After
that's
giving
not
four
good
pints
enough.
of blood, she only got a
Oh,
voucher for
one
apple pie.
apple pie.
As if that's not even the one. Let's continue. See, as if that wasn't even bad enough. They she's like, oh, do we still get paid for this? Of course, you're not gonna get paid for that. You didn't give any blood. There's no blood. you know. Then they go to go get because they're so broke that they couldn't even afford to even buy like a full meal. So they
Mm,
had to go and get the apple pie from the place. Then they try to talk with the waiter guy that okay, let's get honey biscuit instead of the apple
yeah,
pie, which
out.
is okay with. They are at the window trying to collect their apple pie, and then an apple pie thief.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. Oh no,
How bad could their lives get in one day?
they had to change into this so that they could go get the apple pie and exchange for the biscuit
Yes, because their whole blood was everywhere.
on them.
So wait, Alex, go back to yeah. So
The
when the apple pie guy snatches it from their hands,
mm,
as God will have it, they are lucky.
Odogu.
Kiki's crush was driving right behind them, so he offers to buy them,
Um,
um a meal, which she does, and
and
she
she's so
said this,
hungry. She's in the car eating it, like munching on this thing. Like, oh, no.
you know,
It was a little bit,
she didn't
uh,
even care that this is the guy that she was questioning. That's how hungry she
she was
was.
so hungry. Hold on.
I'll let you go on from there.
Hold on. I'm trying to find that clip
What's
of this.
that?
The one where he came to get her. I just had it just now.
Go. I think it's forward. You have to go forward. You have to go. Is it forward
Oh,
or
go
backward?
down a bit. Okay. Ciao. Anyway, when I find it, I will put it up. Nope, not that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he has picked them up, and it's
Yeah.
like they're having a moment in the car, and she's realizing that this guy is actually cool. Like she,
Mm-hmm.
so SZA, hi Joshua,
Hey.
excuses herself, and she leaves the two of them alone. She's like, "Oh, look at you and your man."
Yeah. She was like, stay in the front. Okay.
You're like,
I'm gonna say in that scene, she did a good job of letting her friends. Yeah.
yeah. So she's talking to the guy, and she's realizing that they have some things in common, and he gets a phone call, and the way he's talking,
I was like, he's a drug dealer.
he's a I was like, this is no. He already has the look. Let's not
He
lie.
has the look. He has the name Maniac. Who calls themselves like who? Like why are they calling him Maniac?
Then she asked him, "Did you have you been to juvie before?"
No, I
And
know. She said, "Have you been to jail?" No, no, no.
before,
She said, "How crazy are you? From one to
yes,
prison,
yeah,
from
from
one
one
to prison."
to
Then he said, "No, I haven't been to prison before." So she's like, "Okay." But he's like, "Well, I've been to juvie." She's like,
wait, photos are so messed up. Oh, okay, guys, I'm just gonna ignore it for now. But anyway, he said, "Want to prison? How crazy are you?" And he said, "I've been to juvie before." She's like, "Oh." And then he gets a call, and he's freaking out on the phone. But I think they were driving, and then they saw um Miss Caesar. They've
No, no,
left
no,
her.
no, no. No, that's not what happened. No, when he gets that call, so he tells her, strap up, you have to go. So while he's saying that to her, under her seat, when he moves, she sees the axe. You didn't want
Ah,
that? The axe comes out under his seat. You didn't catch that?
okay, you're
Yes,
right.
the
I
axe.
didn't.
So she's even more scared, So she's there
Okay,
thinking,
so
she's
the mini.
yes. So she's in
Okay,
the
okay.
car thinking about her life and like how does she get because he had whole mind that guy was
This
a
Caesar.
was a drug dealer or something. So then Lucky is Cat Williams from the payday loan stuff. He calls
Yes,
her and he's like, you need to get over here. Your friend is about to die. So
yes, yes,
he's like,
yes.
wait, who are you? What's even happening?
Give me her number.
He was using her phone, using
Her.
her friend's
Okay.
phone. Yes. So she was like,
Mm.
oh, that she's up here. So now she asked the guy, Mania guy, to drive them to where her friend is, just like to drop her off there. Just for her to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
there and see Caesar up.
On the
Yeah.
pole. Oh,
And
get him
Caesar,
electrocuted.
yes. Trying to get some what's it called? Some Nikes,
Some Jordans were hanging on the
Jordans,
wire, and
yeah.
Cat Williams was telling her, "This is King Lolo's hood. You don't touch that."
You don't
She was
touch,
like, "Damn, what money?" She went. She carried the shoes. Guys, tell me why when they finally got the shoes, these shoes were worth $2,500.
wow.
$2,500. So they were like, "Yeah, we could flip them." So she was like, "How do you know? How did you know that these shoes were worth something?" She was like, "Well, Keyshawn, I can never get that name right. Keyshawn,
Kishan, yes.
she was keeping his shoes around, so she kind of picked up on that, like how much the
Yes.
shoes were worth. Like she knows a good pair of Jordans when she sees it, and that's another thing. Not all relationships lead to marriage. Some lead to you bettering your knowledge in certain things, right?
Yes.
Can't marry everybody, I beg.
You can't marry
Let's
everybody. It's one hand you have. It's one finger. It's one finger they'll put the ring inside.
wow, never heard that before.
My
I want
small finger.
wow. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, one figure you have, so you can't marry
Yeah.
everybody.
But
And
before
then
before this scene, we missed where she was, where, because like we said, guys, she was getting electrocuted up there, and she had fallen down on. Is that right English? Fallen down. She fell down on. She fell
where?
down on. I don't know. She fell down. She fell down on Kiki when she was falling from the pole. So she
Okay.
so the next thing we see is where Kiki wakes up in an ambulance. And
Oh,
guys, if you know anything about being if you know anything about being in the diaspora, guys, you don't have to don't get on that
don't
ambulance. Don't
or
do
don't let
it.
them take you to where they are taking you to.
Don't do it. It's a
Hey,
2K bill. Like everybody says, it's a 2K flat
the
bill.
two flats. Just
Flat.
they're not talking about the IVs they use. They're not talking about all the other extra charges. $2,000 flat, and they
Yeah.
needed 1,500 for rent. So now they will be in the hole by 500. She said,
Yes.
"Call the ambulance. I wanted to make sure you were okay." She said, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do?" She said, they looked at how this is the EMTs now. The EMTs even know. Hold on.
Yes.
The EMTs even know. They said they looked at her and said, "You can't move out of the moving vehicle." The vehicle came to a stop sign. She said, "It's
So
not
you can
moving
see that
now."
like it
Almost.
stopped.
They got stairs and
They were like, we know we have your address, we have your information. There is
this.
not here. There is not here. They
Say,
laugh. You
y'all
know?
let me to the hospital, and that's how you contest it. You like,
Yes.
I didn't get to the hospital with the
But you know
ambulance.
what? Like guys, like all just about like this is serious. I remember like maybe when I was, I think it's about 4 years ago, I was in a wreck, and the ambulance came. I didn't even know I was a newbie in the use. I didn't know that, you don't do it, I was fine. I was
Yeah.
fine. When I
No,
went into the ambulance, I
Jesus.
paid 2K for that. So that's why I know it's a flat. Like when I said that, I was like, you
That's why
don't
you
do it.
said, hold on, let me tell you guys about this. $2,000.
Yes, they took me, and they know what they're doing, because trust me, like when someone looks fine to you, why will you try to convince them to go into the ambulance? Because I was fine.
Have a concussion, or
Yes,
you check.
I was no concussion. I was okay. I was
Wow.
okay. Nothing like a little pain relief wouldn't have fixed. And guess what?
Mm.
The whole time I was in the ambulance, all they were doing is asking me how the wreck happened. Like, how is that going to assist with?
That's the police.
That's the police, exactly. You
That's what the
know,
police.
I wasn't getting any drip or any IVs, nothing. The whole time I was there.
Wow.
So that's why I know, guys. If you're not dying, and if you're sure you're not dying, don't
You
get it.
can drive to the hospital. It's better that you do that.
Yes, have
Like
someone
go
drive you
yourself.
instead. If you
Or
if
have
you know
someone
that
drive.
if you don't really need the ambulance, don't use it.
Yeah.
If you don't need it,
Oh
don't use it.
Lord. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Anything to get you in America. Like this
Anything
was
to get
all
you.
God's
And
movie.
medical bills are the fastest bills to come. Medical
Quick,
bills, they're the fastest.
quick and
So
in a
quick.
hurry.
Yes.
So after that was when they now got the shoes, right?
Yes. So that was when they already got the shoes, because she Kiki was the one that had the head concussion, but
Yeah.
Caesar was awake. Funny enough, which I was thinking she was going to be the one that was going to be dead because of her with the fall, but she
Yeah.
had fallen
He
on
broke
Kiki.
her
So yes, so that was when they spoke about the shoes, and they put
shoes.
the shoes on the internet. And
Mhm.
while they were still working, that was when they got a ding, like a buyer was.
Meanwhile, this one was still looking for them.
This one
And
was busy. You
this
know
one,
what? This was the best girl for Kishon. Like
I swear,
Kishon went from
Kushner,
mature to be scared of this babe. Like he was scared of his life.
Keisha was he shaped up. She
He
was
shaped up real fast.
hey.
Did you
So
see how she crushed the
the,
the the um the apple pie thief?
yes, she knocked
Yes,
down with her car and took her.
knocked him down.
Keishan was over here ordering the food, and then she was like,
You even
"Oh,
see how Kishon is staying in the passenger seat like a girl. Do you see how he was like, I want some jalapenos. It's like it's not jalapenos, it's jalapenos. I want some jalapenos. I want something. No shame, no shame, no shame.
These are the men of today. Oh, girl. Hey.
Honestly, and they will sit with their leg crossed while you.
Passenger princess.
I want to find peace today. Let me find peace today. So I don't want to look for trouble.
Oh my god.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
it's
Okay,
okay.
I need to breathe. This movie
Yeah.
was so anyway. So now they're still trying to track them down. Meanwhile, the plan was to sell the shoes, get the rent money, and then go for Kiki to go to her interview because she had a very very important interview.
Important interview to be a manager.
Still,
Yes.
she's still oops. Nope, 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 nope. She's still dressed like this, so mind you, she's still in her
Yes.
like neon green city girls outfit. And Kiki is just like, what are we gonna do? So they sell the shoes, they go to pick up the money from the buyer and they give it to the guy. Before she hands it over to the guy is giving her some sob story. It's like, oh, so where'd you get the shoes from? Oh, blah, 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 blah. So basically the guy is finessing Kiki. She doesn't even notice at the
He
time.
doesn't even know.
Doesn't know because she's like, "Oh, you said your dad had them or something like that," and then he's
Yes.
like, "Oh, so what else happened? Oh my god, I had a father too, and he was the one who was like, ah, ah." Before you know, she said, "Okay, okay, I can lower the price." So she was supposed to sell it for 2,500, but I think she ended up selling it for 15.
Yes, 1500.
Once
This
they agreed
is
on the price, he was like,
this
"Gotcha."
you said what?
Once they agreed on the price, he was like, "Got you."
This is such a very important business like a lesson. Especially for us that are like entrepreneurs and stuff, like sometimes you have to learn to stick to your price.
Stick to your price.
People
Ah,
would give you the best of stories. Trust me. Like I've heard stories. Being a
yeah,
makeup artist, I've heard stories. Like people will tell you stuff, but you have to learn to stick to your price because in the long run, trust me, if they could go to pay more or higher than that price,
they
trust
will.
me, they would. They will.
They
They
will.
will. So sometimes just have a price that is not like cutthroat. You know it's reasonable and just stick
It's
to it.
comfortable for you
Yeah,
too.
it's comfortable for you and
Yeah.
stick to it.
So she manages to sell the shoes, get the money, gives it to Caesar. Now they're going to the interview. Tell me
Yes,
why as Caesar is outside waiting for me. I'm thinking that everything is good, oh, everything is kosher. Okay. They've
it's
got you
going well now. Finally,
well, okay. This movie will end on a high note. Thank God. Caesar, Keyshawn is texting Caesar, and Caesar is texting him back, and then she takes a picture and sends it to him. So
picture with the with
background
the
with
with
the person
the.
who is selling food.
She pissed me all the way off.
It
Like
was calm in this movie. I am so
he
sorry.
was. I hope
It
she's
was
not like that for.
for real. I really shit.
I don't like. I don't think she is like that for real. Though. Just
My
fiction.
God.
Yeah, but honestly, like that pissed me off because you from the beginning of this girl's day, she worked the night shift. She has not slept a wink.
So,
And that interview was for 4 p.m. So that means she's been awake since she got back at 7 o'clock till 4 p.m. She was still awake, you
that's
know? And all she's thinking in her head is how to be a good friend to you, how to, you know, go through this struggle with you, figure it out together. That's all she's thinking about.
right.
Even when Caesar was telling her, "Oh, I'm sorry about what Kishon did," she said, "It's fine. We're in this together. We'll figure it out together."
I was like, this girl is nice,
It's
so
nice. So your friend is in an interview. You're meant to be thinking about, okay, like just be like, okay, hope everything goes well. Praying like, okay, God, let God please help us, help us, help us. You have time after the money that you don't even know is even complete or not, because now you owe King Lolo 5K.
oh, we didn't mention that King Lolo called them.
Oh, let's talk about that first so that they
So,
can get what I'm trying to say.
so imagine King Lolo now finds out that she's selling these shoes on the internet. I remember when Cat Williams told her that
Yes.
be warned, this is King Lolo's hood. You can't sell things on You can't sell it.
You can't
Like
take shoes that you
can't
see,
go
'cause
to
you
the
know.
and sell it. King
Yes,
Glover gives them a call and says, "Those are my shoes.
yes.
You owe me some money.
He wants
Five,
5 lakhs.
5 grand." They're like, 5 grand, 5 grand. Wait, it's
And
not
it
them.
was that day, for that day,
He wants it by
same
night.
day.
Yeah, same day. And their rent is due 6 o'clock. King Lolo has an appointment with them 10 o'clock. I said these girls are just in trouble. Meanwhile, she now gets to her interview. Interview goes great.
Great.
Connects with the people, and they're looking forward to having her on the team. Now, because SZA and her dumb self tells them that
Chelsea, Sean, and the crazy girl.
is essentially they figure it out, they now pull up to where she is and they're beating her up in the parking lot. Not even
Now she's doing the injury, but she's distracted.
yes.
But she's seeing her friend get beat up, and she has to go help out.
Just now go help her. Now look, she has chopped uppercuts. This
That
girl
girl can
used
fight, though.
man.
She can fight. Like she beat up two girls like
At once. She's not the neighborhood bully for no reason.
for
And
no
you know,
reason.
fueled because they embarrassed her. So she's now even more gingered to like beat them.
Yes.
So she beats them in the front parking lot, and I'm just like, after chopping the beating, the girl goes back in to talk to the. I said, Kiki, me, I would have gone home.
Honestly, like you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. A little bit. You know,
Okay.
because of black women sometimes, in the US, for example, are kind of we are being stereotyped. You know, as being ghetto, uncouth. Is that the right word? I messed up my words today. But uncouth, you know,
Friday.
yeah.
We made it to Friday. It's okay.
Yeah. Disorganized, just all the crazy words you can think about. And sometimes it's not always the reality. Life happens to everybody. And people react to life in different ways. Like in this scene, for example, what the managers of the business or the interviewers didn't know was that they didn't know Kiki's her character, her personality, but they used what they had seen to judge her. But they did not know that Kiki had no business in all this drama.
Yeah.
She was only just trying to help, and in trying to help, became a victim also. But sometimes we see this happen in workplaces. We've seen how sometimes as black people you have to do more to kind of prove a point that you're better or
Yeah.
that you're not what you think I am.
You have something to prove.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
worked with I worked one time some years ago with this lady, a black woman, and she admitted she had told me that in the US here, like you always have to black women have to work 2 times more
Yeah.
than the regular person, and that's not fair. That's sad. Like it shouldn't be. I shouldn't be working twice at home, come to the office, work twice. Like I'm always trying to prove a point to everybody everywhere I go, but
And
that's
then
not balance.
you get to a certain age and you just don't give a shit no more
You're tired.
because you're tired. You're tired
Yeah,
of
proving
okay.
a point,
Yeah, you're tired of
pleasing.
the point. Like it's just
You
like
know.
that's what you think of me. Then it's okay. I don't.
Yes,
I don't care. I really
I
don't.
don't care anymore. Like think about what you want to think.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not the one that will tell you what to think about me. Think about what you want to think. I'll think about me. My.
And that age starts around 28 to like 32.
30 something, yes.
32, you hit 33, you're like,
Yeah.
I want to curse, but you're
Yeah.
just like,
Forget
it's
about it.
about it. I don't care. It is.
Yes.
If you don't like it, it's okay.
I
Like,
hit I for people everybody's different. I hit mine at 30. I was like, yeah, it's over. Like, I'm sorry. I've pleased everything in me out. There's nothing left to please here. Like I'm done.
I'm pleased out.
People pleased out.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy how um we have to work twice as hard.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people ask me, "Oh, so what's your plan now?" Given every, my situation, and I was like, "What's
Yes.
the plan now?" I said, "God's plan." Mm.
Oh my god! That's good right there. I love the answer.
God's plan. I don't have
God's
plan.
plan. Yes.
Leave me alone. Don't ask me questions. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So now Kiki is getting her ass handed to her in the parking lot or the front lawn, and she's finished getting beat up. Now she sees the woman who believed in her
And
in
the
the
disappointment on the woman's
disappointment.
face. That was what killed her more.
Ah,
Because you know why? Because that black woman had to work twice as hard to
that's
be in
her.
that position, and
Yes.
seeing her trying to bring up Kiki, because you can tell that the whole interview went really well. So that would have been an easy go for Kiki, like smooth go before that
Clean.
whole drama came and happened.
Yeah.
So that heartbreak on the woman's face was like, oh my god, now they're gonna really think we're crazy.
Yes. Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. And it was even more crushing for her. So she was like, "You are not in the program. I guess you're not the girl I thought you were," or something like that.
Yes. So
And
like you need to go.
yeah, and then she left with
Yes.
her friends. So they're like reminiscing about what happened. And Kiki was like, "I don't. How did they find us?" Then Caesar now opens up.
I was like, my
Caesar
God.
now, oh, Caesar pissed me off in this scene. It was
Peace
like,
me.
I might have sent him a picture, and I was like, really? She's like, seriously? After everything,
You still call him.
calling him. Why don't you get it? So they started like airing each other's dirty laundry out and just being 100% honest because now, like, they don't have the money. Meanwhile, okay, after they beat them up, they took the money from them. The money there,
Yes, the girl took the money from them. All that money to 1.5 from them.
1.5. So they owe
1,500,
Bolo
yeah.
and King Lolo $5,000
5K,
and then 1,500,
Uche 1,500.
$6,500, and they
Yes,
come up with it tonight.
tonight.
If not, they're dead. Bolo will kill them. Just to
Yeah,
be
he wasn't playing.
wasn't playing.
Mm-mm.
So they're like trying to figure it out. So now they're like, let's get back to the apartment. They get back to the apartment even before 6 o'clock. Uchi has already pulled out all the things in the house. But
They saw all their stuff outside.
so now they're evicted. It's like Uche, you didn't even give us time. You didn't even give us time. Blah,
He
blah,
was like,
blah.
I already knew people would not bring the money.
That's not right. He said, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. He said, and do you have the money? So my predictions were right.
Yeah.
So now they're just sitting on the couch like, what the hell is this? Mad at each other. And then here comes la 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 la. Let's give her Lindsay. I don't know what her name was.
I don't even know
Was
what
it
her name was. Like
la 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 la?
our new tenant.
The new tenant. Like, oh guys, what are you doing here? They just sarcastically answered her. Like the sarcasm in this movie was top notch.
Top
And she's
notch,
like,
yeah.
oh, hanging out, Lindsay. Ugh. So she's telling them, like, why don't we have that? I think she said something about, oh, are you selling this? So she picks up
Yes.
a piece of art, and then she's like, oh, this is really good. And said, are you selling it? She's like, no, it's free. That's what Caesar was saying. He
And
said,
then Diego used to say, yeah, you can have it for free.
I have it for free.
Like,
Use your
sis, your bro, did you forget?
sense,
You
whatever
like you
fee.
don't forget?
So use your sense. So she's like, oh, you can have it for free. She's like, oh, okay. So quickly said 650, and she gave it to her, sold it to her, and she was like, oh, I do management, social media, some
Yes.
management.
Brand management and stuff.
Brand management is what she said. And then she was like, oh, okay, cool. Then you have a lot of followers. So she looked at her follower count and she looked at her and she said, hey, what do you say we have that girls'
Oh
night?
yeah, girls night pop out, art show. Art
Yeah.
show. Yeah, then she's gonna sell all her art tonight. Like bring all your followers and the
Well,
ones that have money.
that's not when she has it because they're still on the front lawn then. But she was like, oh, come over. You can come over to my place. So they go over to her house. I think this is where you want to
Yes.
go on because you were touching on it earlier about the ceiling and how the ceiling was dropped.
Hmm.
But when they get to her house, Her house is
Oh my
totally
god.
different.
It's totally different.
Totally the same apartment complex. Oh.
It's giving what I saw as what I like. It's two
What are
different things.
two different things. There is no ceiling that is dropping down. There's updated appliances. The house looks really modern. And she was like, "How much do you pay?" She's like, "I pay 1,500." They pay the same amount of money.
Same amounts.
Same amount of money. She's like, "You're like." They're looking around like, wow, this is crazy. So Uche is trying to help to gentrify the place, essentially,
Yes.
because the apartments, there's not that much of a difference in price, but look, they're not getting the same amenities as well.
Yes.
So anyway, fast forward to they talk, and then she was telling her like, you have a lot of social media followers. Let's have like an art show. Like, bring all your artsy friends, and they can come and buy up all the art. And they were like, okay. So she puts a blast on social media, and they get ready for it. Finally, the hairdresser finishes Kiki's hair so she can stop running around half head. And stop running around half head, and then all the people come around, they start shopping, start buying, and they're
She bought
making
a painting, so big for 650.
650.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
she had that talent in her,
Business, you know.
yeah, this whole time. And then she was like, oh, what are you doing? Before they even started selling it, you're like, what are you doing? So I've been telling you the artwork is good for a long time. You don't even want to listen to me when I tell you this. Like, so they each have what it takes to get to the
To
next
get
level.
this money. And you see
To
that's
get
how sometimes struggles sometimes push
ah,
out the gift in us. You know,
exactly.
because it took them going through this for them to be able to bring out that, that gift.
Yes. When I say this movie spoke to me, this is why I was like, we
Yes.
have to review it. Because I remember telling you the other day, like, I'm not acquiring any more skills, any more anything. I
You have
have
enough inside of you.
seen
You have
like
enough inside of you. Like sometimes I feel like sometimes we spend more time going to learn how to make our weaknesses our strengths instead of
right.
improving on our strengths.
Yes. Ooh,
You know?
a word.
Yeah, So this was what happened because all this while Kiki is being a waitress and Caesar is out there trying to figure out her life
I don't even know.
and not trusting her abilities. You know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they could sell one painting for 650.
Six
So
fifty.
if they had done all this pop-up shop and everything since when Uche told her to bring his money, they would have had they would have sold off all those paintings before 6 p.m.
Yes. Yes. And they wouldn't
You
have
know?
gotten in trouble with King Lolo.
Yes.
So as the event was going on, people came out, and you see how the whole community gathered to
Help
support
them fix up. I
them.
love that. That
That
showed
was
the value of community,
I'm
like
telling
so
you,
important, guys.
this movie gave me all the
Community.
chills. Yes, it was ghetto, but I loved
Yes.
it. It was a ghetto mess.
Yes, yes. Like guys, the community is so important,
So
no
so
matter how
important.
small. Like
You're
yeah.
right. You're right. You're right.
Talk
So,
about talk about King Lolo.
well, King Lolo had it. I was going to say something. Not about King Lolo per se, but damn, you know how you just lose your train of thought.
I'm
But
sorry.
anyway, no, Kiki. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So during the event, she now looks over. It's the lady from the interview.
That's true.
She
Yes,
came.
Shayla.
Shayla came, and Shayla was like, "Oh wow, are you the one hosting this?" She was like, "Yes." So she now has a chance. Shayla now has a chance to see the real Kiki, the real.
Yes.
And Drew is like explaining to her what happened, that she was just supporting her friend, that that's not how she really is. And she's like, "Listen, I get it. I used to live around this area, like
Yes.
from this, so I understand." So as they had the chance to have that one-on-one interaction, because she was like, "How did you find this, about this?" She said, "Social media. You
Hmm.
know, the word got out, and that's what brought me here. So you did well on your
Hmm.
marketing. So you know what you're doing. Like, you're good at it. You have the skill. I'm gonna give you the position." And she was so
Yes.
happy.
If you want it.
She
Hmm.
won it. So she got the money, the position, and yeah, she might just save her apartment. But
Yes.
King Lolo shows up.
Shows up just
When I
when the month was going good.
when everything was going good, King Lolo shows up. The final master, the
They
grand
find
master.
out. Oh
So King
god.
Lolo shows up and he is telling her like, "Where's my money?" She was like, "Let's talk." So Caesar tells her to distract him. I said, "Okay, you Caesar, why can't you do that?
You be distracting, you know?
Where are you going?" So apparently she distracts him and he starts chasing after them and they run and get locked in a room in their old
Yeah.
apartment. The locks were not changed, thankfully. So it's
I think what she did was Caesar went to make a call.
we
He
don't know
didn't
that.
know at the time.
Yeah,
Then she gets back and she's like, Kiki, like, run. I'm trying to distract him. So they run into the room and
yeah,
get into the room and then they see who.
yeah. King Lolo. Ooh, King
No,
Lolo.
not in there. They see
Oh,
Kishan in
okay.
the
He's
room
in the room and there's
with
candles.
candle lights and everything. I'm like, bro, like
And then he's begging to take for her to take him back because he's like, I'm scared of that other lady.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I low-key felt sad for him in that scene. I'm like, I feel you, like she's scary, like she's super
He's
scary.
like, she's so scary. I want you back, baby. I want you back. Next thing you know, they hit one of the candles and fire starts. And so they had to run into the room and the ambulance was
Oh,
called.
you missed where
Oh,
King
wait.
Lolo comes into the room.
Okay, yes,
King
yes. Wait.
Lolo pursues them
Oh, he chased them into the room.
into the. Okay, no, you know what? Let's go back a little bit. We
Let's
missed
go
the
back. I
part.
missed it up. I missed it up.
Yes. So before they had run into the room, when she told Kiki to run, that Caesar told Kiki to run, they had run outside and Lolo was pursuing them actually. But then they go under a car. You remember? They go to hide under the car right here. And
Okay.
yes,
Wait.
and then we hear the police siren. We hear the police siren, and then he Glolo is like he's like screaming, and he runs. You know,
Yes.
so
So
they come out from under the car, and that's when they run into the room. So they
okay, to
get
the
into the room now and see Kishan with the candlelight and everything. So while the
right.
while Kishan is trying to explain and tell her, "Oh, I'm sorry," and all that, Lolo busts into the room. But as he busts into the room, the stuff from the ceiling that had a hole drops on him, and then he falls on the floor. But as he falls on the floor, that's now when he hits one of the candles that had the lights, and the candle like sets the carpet on fire. Can you hear me? I think you're breaking
Can
up.
you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Sorry, I got lost.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, it was Lolo that hit the candle. So anyway, so
Yes.
that's and King Lolo. I think after that, a fire team comes in. Like
Yeah.
they had
So
to go.
when that happens, the fire starts to get increasing. It gets bad and everything. So the fire team comes in and they take them out, right? So when they take them out, let me
Right.
let me never lie to you. Like when the person that grabbed Kiki, in my heart, I was
I
like,
said,
this has to be this guy. I'm like, this is
eh,
this guy. But I was like, maybe I'm wrong, though. Go, girl. Woo!
guy,
Oh
lights
my
in
gosh.
shiny
When he brought her out and he took off his
mask,
Jesus.
and it was now him. I was like, this brother is fine. But it made a lot of sense why he had to ask her because he's a firefighter.
Yes.
But you
And
see,
also why he called the ambulance so quickly the last time.
yes,
When
exactly.
when that happened, yes.
Yes, because he's a firefighter, he's a first responder. That's why he had access. But what?
Yes.
I judged him.
I see. You see what I'm saying? We are so quick to judge,
He was so
like
quick to judge.
she was like, I thought you were like, like, but he was like, I told you I went to juvie, But that was, but you didn't let me finish. It was like that
Finish.
was where I had learned. I had joined the fire academy, and that was where I joined the fire. Joined the firefighters and started doing this.
Right.
So it made sense. Then I was like, oh, okay. The stress
Yeah.
me get out of my head. I was like, kick it, run. This is a drug dealer. This is bad for you, run. But I was like, okay, I like this. I like this.
Definitely,
So,
definitely, firefighter is a plus. It made a lot of sense also. But
yes.
that means he just lives around the area, or he
Yes, he
lives.
lives in the area. He lives in the same area with them. That's why he would always
Okay.
come to buy stuff from the old ladies from the ghetto grocery store. Yes. Yeah. So he definitely lived, in the area with them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So what happens?
Okay, yes. After that scene, we see where the payday loan lady comes up
Eh,
to them and
that woman.
tells them, "Oh, she, she's like, oh, thank you guys for helping us find King Lolo." So Caesar is asking, no, Vicky is asking Caesar, like, how did you know that he was owing them? She was
Uh,
like, I told you I'm very smart. Like when we were at the payday loan office, I had seen his face in the top, yeah, those that were owing. So she was like, okay, so do we get a reward? She's like, oh yeah, come to the office to get a reward. We're like, how much is the reward? I think she said like $30 or something.
something low. Yeah, it was
They were
$30.
like, come on, so well,
God,
so she
really,
just walks away, very annoying lady.
very
She acted
annoying.
her role very well. She was so annoying in this movie.
And she was in Apple Elementary too.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
she was. Even a movie I had watched recently, she was also there as a lawyer in the movie I
Yeah.
had watched recently. Yeah. So then their ghetto maths lady, which is the like they looked. I think they all took her like a mom in the
Was
movie.
yeah.
Yes, she comes to them and tell them, well, you can stay with me for as long as you want, but you can't bring all this stuff into my house.
Yeah.
So they all hug her and they're like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know,
But they
I
were able
think
to make enough money, and she continued to sell her art.
yes,
And Kiki also joined the program.
yes. He joined the program. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Then I think King Lolo was still in prison or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yes. So yeah, that's a really good movie.
And then Sean K went to the white girl.
You went to lick on the white lady.
What's his
I was
name?
like, oh my god, please save this white lady from this guy, please. But you know what? Some men are really like that. Like they can't be standalones.
They can't be alone, no.
No,
They can't be
they
alone.
can't
It's
because they don't
actually
want to work. They don't
mm,
want to work, so they'll rather like leech on people
that's
than
so
work. You know?
that's really scary.
Yes, it's really scary. Like trust me, it is.
As a man,
I don't want to ever be in that place. I don't want to ever be there. Me that wants soft life too. It's not gonna give. Yeah.
so how do you rate the movie on a scale of 1 to
I'll
10?
give it an 8/10. Yeah.
And yeah, I think 8, a solid 8, because I
Yeah.
was thoroughly entertained. I resonated with the movie, and I think a lot of people in our age group right now in this current time and current economy, it just felt like I was seen, like,
Hmm.
hey, I'm not the only one. That's what makes me
Yes.
feel like this period in time is just for a period in time. It will surely pass.
Yes.
A lot of people are facing these harsh
Hard.
economic times.
Yes.
We are going through a lot as a country, and it's different for everybody. Some people are not being affected. Kudos to them, but for the
Yes.
majority of Americans in America and Nigerians in the diaspora, I think that this movie will give you a glimpse into what's actually going on. Um,
Yes.
to give you comic relief, I think they told the
Mm,
story very, very well
yes.
to make you engage throughout. But it really does speak to what we're going through as a nation, and it just makes you realize that you do have everything you need already. You can't
Yes.
get more.
You have everything you need inside of you. You have to just take some time to find it. You know,
Yes,
it
exactly.
reminds me of the scripture of, where the rich man gives different talents to different people, to his different slaves, and one person he gives 10, one 5, one 3. The 10 and the 5, they go and they multiply it. They
Hmm.
multiply that. But the person with the 3 says, "Oh, I don't want to multiply because I feel like you're going to take it from me." And so he hides it.
Hide
So then
it.
yes. So it's like, even if you didn't want to multiply it, put it in the back or something. Let me get like a percent interest from it.
Mhm.
So what I know about this is that many times God has put so much gifts inside of us. Sometimes it's more that we are looking down on those gifts. We don't see the quality in them.
Mm,
Somebody around us, and that's why it's good to also make sure you are around the right people, because sometimes you may not see that gift in you, but people around you can see it, and they push you and they tell you, okay, like, get your act together, you're good, you have this. But if you're around people that don't value you, they can't tell you, like, they won't tell you, they'll even who lie to you and tell you you're not
oh,
good at what you're doing, you don't
yeah,
have it, so this movie was a lot of lessons. I know, from talking about the financial part of it, avoid loans as much as possible, guys. Avoid, payday loans in particular. Credit cards, I know you have to sometimes, but if you can, pay cash most times if you can.
cash is king.
Um, when it comes to relationships with other people, with different people, make sure that you know someone that is going to leech off of you. Like, it should be a symbiotic relationship, not a parasitic one where someone is just trying to get from you. Whether it's with friends, with your partners, with your spouses, whoever it is, like, it has to be someone that is going to give you and take from you, but also give you. Like, it should be, back to back. Yeah,
Back to back. I
yeah,
agree 100% everything she said. Just make sure like you keep investing in yourself and
very important, guys.
just and it doesn't always have to be monetary. Even just reading books, just
Yes.
finding information for yourself. Like it's
Books.
books are so easy to get nowadays.
So easy. Tell them, Viva. Tell them. Tell them.
Kindle, you could read electronically if you don't want to hold a book physically. But me, I like to hold the book physically.
Audio books too. If
Yeah,
you don't want to read, you want to just listen. Put your
yes,
ear.
put invest in your mind because
Your
it wasn't
mind.
until Kiki had tapped into her inner mind and her inner self that she started to see like I have everything I need and
Hmm.
to tap into it.
Yeah.
So that's the message for this movie. That's what I got from it, and it
One
really.
more thing, guys.
Mhm.
Also, be very careful not to judge people so quickly.
That's true because we all thought he was a drug
You
dealer.
know, so don't be so careful to judge people, because everybody, it will not come out as you want them to in your head. So just
Mhm.
give
Give
grace to
grace.
people. Yeah,
Yes, yes, and invest in yourself. So, so, so important.
very
If you
important.
like our live, please let us know down below. We put a lot of work and a lot of energy into
Into
this.
this,
Like, we really, guys, we give you so much value. I think that asking
yes,
a like, a comment, and subscription is not much.
it's not
You know,
more. Just one button. Who didn't even know you did it?
it's free.
It's
It's free
free. It's
stuff. That's
free. And let us know what you think about the movie. Also, if you've watched it, if you're going to watch it, let's know what you score it from a 1 to 10. Let's know
yeah.
in the comments, guys.
Let
Yeah.
us know, chat with us. We'd love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can also, while you're in the comment section, just put what movie you want us to watch next. It could be Nigerian,
Review
American,
next. Yeah.
doesn't matter. We watch movies, all of them, except for Chinese. I don't watch Chinese
No,
movies.
I don't watch Chinese movies. I used to when I was smaller, though, because of Jackie Chan and Bruce
Yeah,
Lee and
yeah.
Jet Li, but
Jet,
not as much. I'm not really the K drama person. I'm not really a K drama girly. I'm not. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
have
I'm
everything.
sorry.
I'm everything Korean. So
Yeah, you are though. You are, but I need to try. Maybe send me some movies to watch and I'll try
I'll
it.
send you some movies, the ones that are
Okay,
good. I grew up on
okay.
drama and K-pop, K everything. Living in Korea, that's all we
Yes.
saw. So I'll send you some good suggestions.
Yeah, I just get tired with how they. I don't want to say it out here, but yeah, just
Oh,
send me. Just
I'll
send
send
me out. I'll watch some. Yes,
no worries, babes.
yeah.
Well, thank you for joining this
Thank you
line.
guys. It was nice having
Mhm,
you
go
here
ahead.
to watch us. Biba, thank you. It's always nice doing this with you.
Always, always. And we've been consistent for over months. So I'm proud of
I
us.
know, proud of us. You see, we're so busy, guys. So
Yeah.
busy.
So let us know and we'll put all the information, timestamps, just give it a minute, give it a day or two. Timestamps will be available shortly. Yeah. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, guys. God bless you. Bye. Mhm.